Hey, what's up? It's Kid from Kid Outdoors. I ain't uploaded a video in a little bit. Um, so, but this is going to be a short one. Um, Here lately, there's been a lot of the issue of mental health, depression, and things such as that coming to light in the world today. It's always been there. It's always been an issue. Nobody likes to talk about it. Nobody likes to touch on that subject. And I make my videos and I make fake movie trailers and I have all these ideas and stuff. You know, I like to be creative. And even before I started doing all these videos, I always had the idea that I would like to have like take one of my stories or one of my rock starish personas or something from one of my stories I've created and make like a documentary, you know. Excuse me. And so I've decided I'm going to take that idea and I'm going to actually make it as theatrical as I can. But I'm going to, most people, whether they're famous or not, they have like their memoirs that they write down and stuff like that. Well, I'm going to film mine. And I wanted to touch on that for this episode of Storytime. I deal with bipolar. I am bipolar. I'm bipolar as hell. I deal with depression. My depression is absolutely extreme. And I've said it in my last few videos, that's a lot of why I don't, I have a lot of things going on. That's why I ain't made videos and blah, blah, blah. I guess the cold, hard truth behind that is I deal with depression. I deal with it now better than I did in the past. But I've never been suicidal. Despite my smoking, my drinking, my foul mouth, I'm very religious. And I'm very proud and blessed that God's allowed me to make it this far. I'm a father, but I used to be real bad. And some of the things that you'll see in this film, I'm not going to go into too much detail on certain issues, but I am going from beginning to end, from beginning to this point. From 89, when I was born, through my childhood, my teenage years, my 20s, I'll be 30 this year, all up to now. There are certain issues that I want to touch on every issue I can. But there will be certain things where I'm not giving every detail. But there's going to be parts of this film where you may have known me for 20 years, been one of my best friends, or you may just know me from here. And you're going to look at me and you're going to be like, you really are a cold-hearted, ruthless dick, I ain't too sure about you, and you have every right to think that. I'm not going to lie to you. I have done things and said things to where, now, the age-old question is, if you could go back in time and change anything, would you? My answer is honestly no. Anything I've physically done, any mistakes I've made, I've learned from them. It may have took me a while, but I've learned from them, and it's made me who I am today. There are things that I have said to certain people, which that'll hit me every now and then, and that'll trigger depression. And now if I could go back in time and tell myself, hey, keep your mouth shut. Just don't. Just shut up. Then yeah, I'd do it. But as far as anything I've physically done, my actions, things I've done, mistakes I've made, I wouldn't change a thing because it's made me who I am. It's not to say I don't regret it. But as far as things in the past, things I've said to people or something like that, if I could go back in time and tell myself just to shut up, keep my mouth closed, I would like that. So I'm going to make a documentary style film. I mean, people write their memoirs and stuff, like I said, famous or not. And well, I ain't gonna write mine. I'm gonna film mine. That way you can hear it and you can see it. I'm gonna include family photos, pictures from the photo albums. I want to find somebody other than myself that can narrate it. And I want to do it, though, in a way to where it is not so selfish, like, I'm the bomb, you're not. I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it in a theatrical way where it is a little more entertaining. Because there's going to be a lot of parts of it to where, if you know me, you know I'm crazy as I'll get out. So, I want to do it in a theatrical kind of way. Like I'll be sitting in a chair across from somebody and they'll be interviewing me or something, that kind of thing. Now, as far as when I talk about certain events that involve specific people, whether they're friends or maybe it was my bullies growing up, because I got bullied all my life. If I don't have somebody's permission and they don't to use their name, or if they don't want to be filmed, then I will change names out of respect for the individual and their privacy. But I'm going to make this film, and like I said, what got me on it and what got me thinking about it was I deal with depression, bipolar. I have a lot of mental health issues, not, as far as the bipolar, the anxiety, the depression, it can get to you. I've never been suicidal. Suicide's never the answer. There's a lot of havoc being wreaked in the world right now. Religiously, politically, and just the world's going to hell in a handbasket. And it's an issue that not many people like to touch on. And when people do talk about mental health and things such as that, what they all talk about is, oh, he's depressed, so he's cutting himself, or he's contemplating suicide, or he's doing this. That's all you hear about. And it's so sad, and that's even more depressing to people. What you don't hear about is somebody saying, hey man, I know what you're going through. You can talk to me. Me and you relate in certain ways. And that's one thing I want to do. If you're going through something like that, maybe if you see this film and you see my life and I can tell you my story, maybe it will help somebody in a way that, hey, you're not alone. I've been through some rough stuff. And I've grown up a lot over the years, and I've realized that there is a lot of it, not all of it, but there's a lot that I brought upon myself. And that in turn really depresses me. But I'm doing this because I think it'll be fun personally, and as far as anybody else, a viewer, I think that it would be good for people who go through things like I go through with my depression and stuff to see it and realize that, at least I'd hope that you'd realize that you're not alone. And like I said, as far as personally, that means that aspect of it is personal to me, but there is that fun sense of, let's make a movie, So, but do everything from my phone. It won't be all one part. It'll be in 12, 14, 15-minute segments. So, but I am working on that film. Matter of fact, I'm going to start it start work on it today. So I'm fixing to get this uploaded. So remember to like and subscribe and follow me on Twitter. And my Twitter account right now is, I've changed Twitter, so it's @KidOutdoors. And you'll know it's me because you'll see the Confederate flag and my goofy looking self. So I'm banned from Facebook again, 4th time in 6 months. So, you know, that's because of something political. You know, I don't keep my mouth shut. So, but I'm going to get this uploaded. Like, subscribe, and, you know, let me know what you think of my videos, because I want to touch on that too. And so I'll keep y'all up to date on the filming and when I'll get certain things uploaded. So until then, love each and every one of y'all. This is Kid from Kid Outdoors. Y'all stay country.